they would sail American ships into a place called the Gulf of Tonkin, and then they would try to entice the Vietnam, we call it Navy, Vietnamese ships to fire on them, because the US fired first. What it seems to be, it turned out, is that the American ships fired and there was no response. So, it kind of didn't work. So, okay, they never fired back. What do? We say they did, right? And so then it was said, oh, American shipping has come, naval shipping has come under fire in the Gulf of Tonkin. And what did Lyndon Johnson do? Immediately, we must expand our presence in Vietnam. We can't accept this. The sea captain, or the naval captain in charge of that flotilla involved in that scam of the Gulf of Tonkin was Jim Morrison's father.
No way.
And this common theme that this guy's excellent research brought up made you think, well, hold on a second, there was more to the 60s. Well, I knew there was by then, but it gets deeper. There was more to the 60s and the way that manifested than would at first appear to be the case. Because this stuff, oh, flowers and oh yeah, okay, put a flower in me gun, okay, right? But inside the gun, just behind the flower, is a bullet, okay? And I pull this trigger, no flower, okay? What they don't want is this balance point between awareness and streetwiseness. When I say awareness, I mean spirituality, for want of a word, and streetwiseness. We need both, because there's so many people that consider themselves spiritual who are so unstreetwise about the world. This control system plays them like a violin. You need this balance of both. And so when you look at the 1960s, on one level it seemed very nice, oh, this, love and light, and you hear it, yeah, okay, love and light, yeah, and? Okay, the control system's increasing all the time. More and more control. Love and light. Yeah, okay, so I said it's love and light. What's the answer to more love and light? And so it goes on. And, for me, consciousness, first of all, in its balanced highest state, does not do fear. And it don't take shit either, right? And it doesn't run away from what we need to do to face something we desire to change. And I see in what we call spirituality so many examples of how what is called spirituality is just an excuse to escape from facing what we need to face. Oh, just love and light and everything will be fine. Well, actually it won't. What we need to do is to look this stuff in the face and not acquiesce to it, and do what is necessary to change what we don't like. Not to run away, because that is what a lot of this New Age stuff is about. I hear people say, well, in the New Age, we've got to overcome fear. And then the same people say, that stuff that Ike talks about is frightening people, he should stop. Well, I thought you'd overcome fear. What are you talking about? Right? Either you've overcome fear and you can face the stuff, see what's going on and let's deal with it, or you haven't overcome fear, in which case you're running away claiming that you've overcome fear. And it's, again, cognitive dissonance. It's lying to ourselves. I've overcome fear. Who are you trying to convince me? And there's that. I saw a great line in a book once. I read years and years ago. It was called E.T. 101, I think it was called, and it described the New Age as people who were in a holding pattern above the airport, refusing to land. Right? And I thought that was absolutely brilliant. Now, when I say New Age, I'm talking about this whole area where everything's love and light, and you mustn't say anything negative and what have you, because that's bad for the energy. And what they end up doing is nothing. And I love this thing where they say you mustn't say anything negative. Well, something that's negative is actually subjective, right? If I look over your shoulder and I see a tornado coming, now, is it negative for me to say, hey, behind your shoulder, tornado coming. What's your reaction going to be? Ah! But I've empowered you. It's coming, it ain't here yet. You can take evasive action. Is it more negative to say nothing, and then when it hits you, you're up in the air? Well, I didn't spoil the energy by frightening her. No! She's going bum over head 30 feet in the sky. What do you mean? It's not negative. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's all part of I don't want to face what is.
Yeah.
And if we don't, then what is never changes, but actually becomes more powerful in its influence over our lives. And we're now in this line in the sand called mass swine flu vaccination programs. Not swine flu, it's bloody laboratory flu concocted. But this is a point where we can now come together, irrespective of race, colour, income bracket, culture, whatever, religion, and say, hey, this is a challenge, this is a manufactured danger to all of us, and if we stand together and say, we're not having this, the manipulators, the perpetrators, simply have nothing like the numbers, fractions of the numbers of humanity which they're trying to impose this upon. And they can only do it if we acquiesce. And if we do that, then we're going to throw we're going to do two things, many things, two big things.